What year is it, 1997? Yeah, I guess it isn't too late to jump on the evil D&D or virtual reality bandwagons. Baywatch Nights always has its finger on the pulse of what today's audience wants. Just like me! We begin in medias res. Mitch and Ryan are on their way to save this woman's missing father and sister. We find out later on that her name is Mary Ellen, but IMDb tells me she's named daughter number 2. Her sister is named Debbie, and I can't find a name nor a credit for whoever the hell plays the dad. It's this kind of rich world building that separated Baywatch Nights from that weak-ass X-Files. Anyway, Teague was apparently very close to the unnamed, uncredited father, but Dorian Gregory is credit only, so, that won't go anywhere. He's also supposed to meet them later, but I guess he won't. Ryan, it should be noted, is wearing a very cute sweater. Anyway, what happened to Mary Ellen's family? Well, it's pretty dumb.
You say they went into some sort of high-tech virtual reality type game.
Yeah, my father's always been a big-time game player.
Yes, her big-time game player father thirsts for games. He lives to play the biggest and most dangerous games man can invent.
He lives to play the biggest and most dangerous games man can invent.
If you lose, you get stuck forever. If you win, you get the vague promise of your life never being the same. Like Nights. Whatever that means, Baywatch Nights will never tell you. As Mary Ellen explains, this game moves from city to city and is only available via invite to the most powerful, influential people. I don't know her father's name, much less what he does that makes him powerful or influential, so just make up a backstory yourself. Alright, so the target demographic for this virtual reality RPG is thrill-seeking, powerful, influential, big-time game players. Their cup runneth over. As with all bad virtual reality plots, this is apparently something you go into, and by that, I mean a warehouse. I'm sorry.
Hey, this looks way better than the usual dumps we film at. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Oh, shut up, Mitch. You know we can only afford half a day of filming here.
I don't know. She said a game. I expected a football field or a basketball hoop or a gym or something.
A game? It must be sport ball.
Stupid Mitch. He is unfamiliar with the ways of nerdy virtual reality RPGs. Not like hip, cool Ryan, who was also a big-time game player. She used to play these things in college. Yes, Ryan was an RPG fanatic, as we always knew.
You know how to play this game?
No, not this game specifically. It's not D&D or Myst, but they're all kind of similar.
Yes, D&D and Myst. Two very similar, comparable games. Hard to believe this was written by a screenwriter who started in the early 70s. Man, okay, I get not understanding how every game is played, but Mitch is so dumb, he has to ask Ryan if people always disappear inside RPGs. Like, are people throwing their dice during a D&D session and just poofing out of existence every time they play? How is this man alive? Ryan proceeds to tell Mitch that RPGs originated with Knights in the Crusades. And look, I did a cursory Google search and I couldn't really find what she was talking about. You can imagine the results when you look up RPGs and the Middle Ages. I can't just take their word that this is true, because I did that with the Viking episode, and it turns out berserk just means bear shirt, so they just like to lie sometimes.
You know the word berserk? It comes from the Vikings. Never to retreat. They get themselves so psyched up they go into battle berserk.
It's sort of a combination of romance, war, and amusement meets new high tech.
This episode is actively making me dumber.
Are we canceled yet?
Only RPG expert Ryan could figure out the puzzle of the symbols on the floor, which is just rolling the die and going forward 9 spaces. Wow, what a puzzle!
9!
Looks like they've doomed themselves to obnoxious flashing and mirror shots of character actors. A fate worse than death, but nothing for big-time game players. The Game Master is played by one of the all-time greatest that guys, Vincent Schiavelli. And while Gerald Okamura isn't credited, I definitely recognize that dude. I think I've seen him in more roles uncredited than I have otherwise. Stunt fans might also recognize James Liu as, Asian gang/fighter? I think he played Asian Gang in Code of Silence and Fighter here, but someone accidentally credited him for both on both episodes. And I'm pretty sure he's playing, most of the fighters in this game. They just keep putting stupid things over his face. Also, I think he's this corpse. Also, ignore the credit for Jenny Inge as Lifeguard Jenny. Whoever updated her IMDb page decided to lie and say she was in every episode of Baywatch Nights. In case you're curious who Lifeguard Jenny is, here she is in the next episode of Baywatch. Wow, look at that. Also worth noting is that Dina Daurey plays the sister Debbie in this episode, and she was last seen as Diana in the episode of Baywatch where Stephanie died. But it's not like that was an important episode that literally just aired or anything.
Where are we?
We're in the imagination of the computer.
Just like Myst!
Somehow we're in the computer.
They're trying to make Ryan look like an expert, but they only have the vaguest understanding of what an RPG or even basic gameplay is. So that's how you end up with scenes where Ryan has to stop Mitch from stepping into some freaking lasers like some sort of lifeguard lemming.
Lasers. That means electricity.
How can you be so sure? I mean, how do you understand all this stuff?
Well, I don't understand it, but in this one CD-ROM game that we played in college, there was always electricity.
All of this is an extremely drawn-out way to say that lasers hurt. Jeez, it's like scripts are written by high schoolers trying to get their essays to a certain word count. They proceed to, quote, carefully walk through them, but Hasselhoff blatantly touches the lasers at multiple points and nothing happens, so whatever. Mitch asks how to win the game, but Ryan says in every game she played, success was measured by how long they survived, because in the end they always died. All that tells me is that Ryan actually really sucks at RPGs, and she shouldn't be leading this mission. And I mean, it's actually impossible to die in Myst, so if she managed to do that, then she really, really blows.
This is no game. This guy is really dead.
It has been established that if you die in the game, you die for real. Move on!
So how do we win? Not by dying, but by staying alive?
Oh, you're so dumb! Because this episode likes to repeat the same dialogue endlessly to the point of madness, Ryan again points out that every game she played ends with getting to the highest level and dying, like the Donkey Kong kill screen.
That doesn't make any sense. There's gotta be some way to quit.
Yeah, we'd press Alt F4 on the computer.
We find a way to press Alt F4 in here.
Yes, this dialogue is bad, but if they find a giant keyboard and jump on it like the piano in Big, this may be the greatest episode of all time. Mitch knows how to get to the next level, though. Just give up!
We're not playing!
I knew that strategy would eventually pay off.
And what is level 2? I don't know, some archer lady with a modern crossbow or something.
That's a bolt. It's an arrow used in a medieval crossbow.
Ryan starts to explain who the archer is and her entire backstory, except she refers to her as a him, and that never goes anywhere. And she talks as if this is just like a universal character everyone knows. The archer, as established where? Like, in folklore, or...?
Used in a medieval crossbow.
Well, Mitch shouldn't have a problem facing her. After all, he is an expert archer himself.
Oh, an Ewok! Oh, James Lou!
So this is a game where you fight medieval archers, but also weird little gremlins that do somersaults at you and kabuki men? Like, what genre are we in?
Hey, thanks!
Even in virtual reality world, Mitch Von Malibu is irresistible to all females.
Nice try, lady. You aren't the first woman who's tried to stab me mid-makeout.
Now that they've rolled a die and pushed a lady off a ledge, they've garnered the attention of the Game Master. Mitch continues to be a dumb wiener, and Ryan gets rightfully pissed at him.
I mean, can he kill you? Yes, he can kill you. Is he real? No, he's a computer image. When are you gonna get this?
I may not understand your strange, nerdish ways, Ryan, for I am but a simple football jock. But I do understand the way of the samurai, Viking, Navy, lifeguard, private eye, musician, mime, Iron Man champion, go-kart racer, dancer, and architect. I think I know what I'm doing. Now, explain it to me again. We're inside the computer, or...?
In order to win, you have to survive. Maybe if we repeat this point 1,000,000 more times, the stupid audience will get it. In case you're wondering, this is the episode with the longest credits so far at 22 minutes! Level 3, Appear. Ryan has never seen such a thing in all of her RPG experience.
I haven't seen any place like this before.
But Mitch von Malibu, lifeguard, has vast knowledge of the water. So naturally, he just sticks whatever the hell in his mouth, like a big moronic animal.
Well, let me just taste this here. Ew!
Tastes like water.
Well, look at Mitchlock Holmes over here.
Keep an eye out for a little dog swimming around. Stephanie got reincarnated and she's always trying to show me up.
I can't tell if that really happened or if that's just a joke for this video.
Looks like you haven't watched the whole playlist, Ryan. Check out Baywatching Talk Show for more info.
Mitch yells at Ryan while the lightning flashes reveal the top of the set. When this proves a waste of time, he slings Ryan over his shoulder like a caveman.
Ooh, me, Mitch. If me live in caveman times, me would be one of them.
No, I don't know why he puts Ryan on his shoulder or why she stays there for the rest of the level. But much like Jesus before him, Mitch von Malibu walks on water through the horde of computer-generated swamp zombies. And that, wins the level, I guess. I didn't bring this up before, but they had an option and they chose Expert.
Only one gold coin. A mere pittance to save one so beautiful.
Nah, I'd rather be cheap.
What does this mean? They finally come across the missing sister, and luckily for them, the game waited until they arrived before it started lowering her into a pit of, something.
Fine, old woman. You can have my gold coin, but whatever you give me better include Hobie's college fund.
Please, I want to buy some.
What the hell? Oh, that was cut together confusingly. My stunt double save!
It's a CD-ROM and a virtual reality all combined to the nth degree.
Wait a minute. Are you saying we're inside a computer?
At this point, the game master reappears and says they can each pay a gold coin to get out of the game. As they only have 2 gold coins left, someone must sacrifice themselves. Heroic, brave, humble Mitch knows what choice must be made.
It's my choice. I'm making it.
Die!
Why would it be Mitch's choice anyway? He spent his coin, so he doesn't have a say in the matter. Shut up, Mitch. Whoop, Game Master's got the fire finger now. He's pissed. Despite Ryan's protests that she can play the game better, flying in the face of the fact she's been in the background this whole time while Mitch somehow bumbles to victory, she and Debbie are shoved into a plexiglass cell so Mitch can, miss an extra frame in the edit and throw some piss-poor CGI fireballs around. And I guess Mitch placing an hourglass on a pedestal frees them all, including No-Name Dad, who cares about why.
Don't say any lines. Your silent praise is thanks enough.
After that, our heroes return to shut down the game for good, but alas, it's disappeared, thus continuing its reign of destruction throughout the world. It could be in your very town, on this very day, seducing the rich and powerful into its gaping maw. Pretty spooky, huh, folks?
Wait a minute. You're saying we're inside a computer?
Next time on Baywatch, Neely's ex-husband comes to town. Meanwhile, Caroline sees a ghost. That's the spirit!